I've spent the past year and a half turning this van into an art piece. Everything from the flooring, the seat covers, the dashboard, custom steering wheel cover, my fairy moss garden. But there's one thing that's f***ing hideous. So we're gonna address the elephant in the room, which is these ugly ass curtains. I bought them when I first got the van, really only because they're thermal curtains. I don't know, thermal curtains, that caught my eye. I didn't care about the material. I picked this color and it came in the mail looking not as good as I imagined it, and I've been hating my curtains ever since. They look especially terrible from the outside of the van because it's white plastic on this side. That is so far from the vibe. So today, we're finally gonna take them down and redo them. I got all of these beautiful fabrics to use. I couldn't find one fabric at the store that had enough yards to do all of the curtains in one color, so I got 3 different styles of batik, starting with this one. This is gonna be the back curtains. Number 2, this is gonna be the curtains that cover the sliding door area. Love the vibe. And then number 3 is my favorite, which is gonna go in this area because I think these are like the most looked at curtains. Guys, oh my god. Is that not the prettiest fabric you've ever seen? Like, this is exactly like my essence captured into textile, and I'm obsessed. My thoughts are that if I use these curtains as a base, it'll still be somewhat thermal and blackout, but I'll basically be covering both sides with the pretty fabric so they look less hideous. We shall begin by taking them down, which requires unscrewing the curtain rod, so I'm gonna do that. I'll be beginning with these front ones because they are gonna have my least favorite of the fabric. Like, this ranks number 3 for me. So I figure if I'm gonna fuck up, it's gonna be on the first curtain. Might as well have it be with the fabric I'm not super stoked about. Alright. Another thought I'm having is that I just lost it. I don't want to take off all the curtains at once and then risk not finishing them all today and being curtainless tonight, or having to put them back up and take them back down again tomorrow. So we'll just be doing one rail at a time. Alright, this is Anna. She also lives in her van. You've probably seen her on the channel before. I'm not gonna be super precise with what I'm doing. I'm gonna just start cutting and sewing because, I mean, what else can I do? Honestly, I'm not even gonna talk to the camera for the rest of this. I'll just do like voiceover stuff. I feel like so out of it right now. I'm just gonna like do the thing. I'll do the voiceovers later.
Hello, it's now later, so you will be hearing my lovely voice on these voiceovers with the occasional commentary from us live.
It appears the fabric is not long enough, so I am just gonna cut off this ugly ruffle at the top because, well, yeah, I want it to wrap around each side. But like, this ruffle's really fucking ugly anyway.
I didn't have too much of a plan going into this project, but it was time to start. So I laid out the fabric as best I could in this wind, and then cut this piece in half because each curtain happened to be exactly a yard, which made it super easy to purchase the fabrics. The next step was to prep the plastic, which basically all I did was seam rip where the curtain rod went through. And that was pretty time consuming, but luckily I had a friend there to keep me company. Shout out to Anna.
Okay, I've ripped all of the seams along the top, and I'm leaving these because it took way longer than I thought it would, and I'm ready to get sewing.
I laid out the batik and then lined up the plastic at the bottom middle because I just want to cover as much of it as possible. This began becoming very difficult because it was so windy at this park. Despite the wind, I was able to get a hem going here. Basically, I was just flipping the batik over the plastic and pinning it in place. And then once I got this whole side pinned, I just like trimmed off all the extra plastic because we didn't need all that extra bulk in there, and then sewed it together. The sewing was the easiest part. And that hem turned out pretty nice. From there, I laid it all back out and did the exact same thing to the other side. Now that the plastic is in place, we fold the curtain in half, so now it actually looks like a curtain, and pin everything again because we're gonna have to sew each side now folded, remembering to leave a little hole at the top for the curtain rod to go through. Then I went along that hole to really just like clean up the look. And lastly, I went along the bottom with this super cute star stitch just to finish off the whole thing.
Alright, one curtain down, 6 to go. It looks like I'll be working at a rate of about a curtain a day. So, yeah, this one's the blueprint, and I'm gonna do all of the rest of them the exact same I did this, so I probably won't record that part, but I will be hanging this one in the van right now. Look at the little star stitches at the bottom, super cute. Actually, I just realized I didn't put a little tie thing. I want to be able to draw the curtains back. So I'm going to be using my favorite string and just like stitching it on to have something to tie the curtains to themselves with.
At time of editing, I've already swapped out these strings because they got frayed super quickly.
Yes. Ooh, it's going on smooth. Hell yeah. Scrunches up pretty nicely. Oh yes. Alright, I'm gonna put back on the other ugly blue one so I can screw this rod back on. Alright, there it is. Hell yeah, hell yeah. So cute.
One down, 6 to go. Over the next couple days, I worked on the other side of this set of curtains, and honestly, I was working at a rate of like 1 curtain a day, but I was content with that. Anna and I moved our workstation to a table, which felt much more luxurious than sewing on the ground. And I was feeling a little more confident and ballsy, so I decided to tackle my favorite of the 3 fabrics. Look at that. Does that not match so perfectly with the QR code in the window? Wow. And since I had 3 yards of this fabric, I also threw one in this back window where I also hang my bath towel to dry, which doubles as a curtain.
It matches so perfectly with the flags, and don't even get me started on how much better it looks from the outside. It's not that white plastic shit anymore.
Can't forget about my prism that I like to hang in this window. Once this side of the van was done, it really is feeling like a home. This is such a vibe.
I'm finally on the last two curtains, and these ones are gonna be slightly different. They're still gonna be the same basic design that I've been doing, using the plastic curtain with this pretty fabric put over it, but the back curtain is the tallest curtain, and so far these curtains, which I've already started stripping apart, barely reach the metal at the bottom, so it's kind of harder to magnet them in place. So I'm thinking when I fold the curtain in half, I'm gonna actually not fold it exactly in half. I'm gonna stagger it a little bit to add a little bit of extra fabric at the bottom to allow me to magnet it in place. You'll understand what I'm talking about better when I put them back in and stick the magnets to them. Also, I actually have a workspace this time because Rainbow said I could work on these at his place. This is so much better than doing it outside of the park in the wind, so hopefully these curtains turn out even nicer than the other ones. I will say, going from the more crinkly style batik that the white-ish pattern was to the flat fabric makes the flat fabric feel so much easier. Like, oh my god. Another thing that I didn't realize until these last two curtains is I just went ahead and cut the hems off, and I now wish that I just cut the hems off, all of them, and used only the flat plastic. But as you saw earlier in the video, I just sewed over the hems on every other curtain, so it looks thicker. Well, it is thicker because there's like 3 layers of fabric where the hem is, plus 2 more layers on each side of the hem I added. So if you're gonna do this at home or in your van, I guess, yeah, just go ahead and cut the hems off. Okay, I've got the plastic sewed into this one, so to show you guys what I mean about having extra fabric at the bottom when you fold it, this is what it would be like folded in half. So if I were to hem this and put a line here, it would look like the other curtains, but I'm just gonna pull it a little bit further. And so there's like 3 inches of overhang that'll just be there, hanging there to stick magnets to, pretty much. We're gonna put them back. I'm not super fond of this weird like spring wire thing the back curtains go on, but for now, it'll do. The wind doesn't blow over my camera. If you guys are wondering why my van is always so dirty, it's because we live in a windy, dusty, humid area. And that combination just makes for your vehicles being constantly caked in dirt. Hey, hey. I want it? Ooh. Oh, sure, yeah. Thank you. Neighbors just gave me a new dive set. These look so good. Ah! Alright, let's see how it looks shut. Oh, that looks so much better than the fucking plastic. Alright, now I'll show you guys what I'm talking about for the magnet situation. Already, it looks way better. Oh, it reaches! Oh my god, they reach. Boom! The curtains actually can reach the metal now, and that's amazing. That makes me so happy. Okay, this just upgraded my bed area like 100 points. This panel looks great. Yeah, this is where I always keep my towels and like, you know, shower stuff so it can dry. Aha! Oh my god. Check out the new 5-panel hats on idon'tknowbaby.com. Also, comment below and tell Rainbow how cute he is in it. I am very pleased with how this project came out, and it was such a long time coming. I've been complaining about these curtains for like over a year now, so I couldn't be happier that they actually match the vibe of the van now. Yeah, let's get a view of the outside.
I can't get over how beautiful this looks with the QR code and how the back ones look with my stickers.
A view from in the doorway.
At this point, I genuinely view this van as just my biggest piece of art ever.
Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna sit in here for the next hour or so just admiring them, so thanks for watching Van on the fucking Moon.